like with everything that we were talking about, that's our job security. Working to be able to tour forever. So you took that away. Oh no, I can't fuck with you now. I need to. We're gonna figure out something else because that.
Yeah.
We don't. You don't. And then one of my the biggest thing for me was, Live Nation is pretty much over. If they don't own the venue, then they the promoter for the venue. So at the same time, you got this article running saying that 90% of music venues are in trouble unless the federal government comes in, which means that whoever is the strongest is going to be the one left, which could only end up being Live Nation at this point. So then, regardless of whether you want to deal within that system, you taking out all the independent promoters. You know what I'm saying? When Live Nation came in, Al Heyman in the boxing. You know what I'm saying? Al Heyman was the one that brought all the independent promoters together so we could do these big tours like, our white counterpart acts. We could do the Budweiser Superfest and go all across the country the same way some rock act could or something else. After that was done, we were just dealing with independent promoters. Now you take the independent promoters away, and then if these venues don't stay open, that's the only place you're gonna have to go to perform. So then what's gonna happen? Then people, I talked to a few people, who really don't understand Felicia, and it's like, well, why don't you? Well, just don't book through them. It's like, well, it's not really that easy. Like, you're pretty much going to have to, if they don't run and own the venue, they are going to be the promoter for the venue.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
So, that whole thing, we gotta do something else. We got, old people, in this business, as we get older, we shouldn't be worried about certain stuff. Now if you ain't do right in your career, or if you made a bunch of terrible records and that's just what you fought to do, ain't nobody got shit to do with that. But for the ones that don't do that and play the game and learn, it's like there should be, something at the end of it. It's like if you're gonna make, millions and millions and billions of dollars that's just sitting around. You're gonna hold our checks for 90 days, making interest off of that money too. There is something there for people to be okay. And then, be able to my thing is, I want my kids at the end of the day not to be looking at me like I was crazy running around the world, and be able to say, okay, I understand. Like I see what you left us. For all the hard work, I see what you left us. I don't want them going fighting with no record companies and shit.
Well, so, I think that just like there's pro bono attorneys for civil rights, I think that this is a matter of, employment rights, to an extent. And employment rights are civil rights, you know what I mean? So I think that there should be a recruitment of some pro bono attorneys that can come and advocate. There's not really an advocacy in existence right now for this cause. And so that's why I think this really needs to be talked about and brought to light, because all of the normal employment rights that would apply to workers don't apply to artists. And so a lot of people are done an injustice. And what do, right?
You see, they had to make a whole unemployment up for gig workers because it did not exist.
Right. And so, listen, if we're doing that, then, that's really where I got the idea, because after so many artists hit me up asking for legal consultations on what they can do, I was at, a loss for words. I had nothing to give them, and that really broke my heart. And then I started really thinking about what is there for people in this predicament, and there was nothing.
It's been a scary time for real. And I keep telling people over and over again, if everything hit right at the time when the time of the year when royalties start hitting.
Oh yeah.
So it was like, whew, man, I'm glad I got all them songs up there for real, because I would be cussing and fussing and, waiting for this PPE and PP whoever else, the SBA and all that, you know, and it's like, no, just like I said, nobody, it don't happen like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the work, we could be at war and people still performing.
Yep. You know,
So,
art got through some of the hardest times. You know, people turned to entertainment to get through, and this is for the first time where we can't do that. You know, and those are the people that are impacted the hardest because there's no way, you know, to find remedies for it. So, yeah, I mean, I hate to end it on this, but I do want to say that this is something that I hope to work with you on, and I'm going to try to get.
we know that because to have it as a thought, but not you to articulate it really made it make that much sense to me. I tell you that I used to always have this dream that in the at the end of my career, I'm like sitting in court somewhere and suing the whole racket industry to get them to change it. So, you know,
That's the next, you know, movement that we're gonna champion. So listen, mark my words, we're not gonna let this go.
Oh no, we on it. We on it, though, because I don't want to do this. I know too many people.
Me too.
That love what they do. Like we love what we do, but it's always this thing of like, man, like I gotta work 10 times harder because I gotta cover everything.
Yeah, no, it's not right.
In the world.
Yeah. It's an injustice that's not spoken on enough. So we're gonna bring light to that, and I'm excited, you know, to have some hope in what we can do about that. So I just want to say thank you. You know, I have known you for a few years, and I know we've met through Deshaun, you know, Cisco's backup dancer. And always been a kind person and always been very conscious and aware of things that are important. So my heart to you and for all that you're doing for the community and for the culture. Thank you for being a good role model for our kids and our generation right now, and for being that mentor that people need so much in the community.
I'm just happy to finally, you know, just have time and be in the situation to focus on stuff and then not just be like something that's like passing in the wind or, you know, hey, oh man, that's going on. Let me repost that real quick. It's like, nah, I'm like the post police. I'm on people's pages. Yeah. That's 2 years old. What you talking about? Take it down.
The fake ones too, which I appreciate because those need to come down. You know, we're not out here spreading false news, fake news. We're not him, you know.
Yeah. Let him get